ready to use all our knowledge today to meet a brand new learning goal. So, what are we doing today in writing? It says, I can use my knowledge of complete and descriptive sentences to answer a prompt. So today, we're combining our knowledge of what it means to write a complete sentence and what it means to write a descriptive sentence. We've been working on these two parts, and now today, they get to come together. We are going to be answering a prompt today in multiple sentences. Remember, a prompt is a question that is posed to you where you write your answer. Today, we are going to be working to answer this prompt all on our own. There will be no sentence frame, and it's just going to be you and your big brain. So let's prepare to write this paragraph today. So for complete sentences, we have the two parts that we need to remember. My friends, some of us have been forgetting a part in our journal writing. I see sentences that are either missing a naming part or missing a telling part. Don't forget, every single sentence has to have both. They have to be added together or the sentence isn't complete. We've got a naming part. That's the noun, you and me. Who or what the sentence is about. So you need this first. You need a character. And then in a complete sentence, we have a telling part. You need a verb. You need an action. That character needs to do something. Tells what they did. I ran or I jumped. It needs a verb. So remember, you always need both parts. And it's your responsibility to check your writing for naming and telling parts every single time. So this is how we've practiced writing complete sentences. The other awesome thing we've worked on is writing descriptive sentences, where we have been working to show versus tell. Telling can be pretty boring. It gets our point across, but it's not very exciting. If we show our reader what we're talking about with our words, they can make that mental picture in their mind. We're trying to describe, explain more, paint a story in their mind. And we do that with our adjectives. Your adjectives describe a noun. My friends, adjectives are only one word. I noticed some of us when we were describing, let's say, our toy, we were saying it has flowers on it. Flowers, that's a noun. So it's not going to be an adjective. An adjective has to describe that noun. You have to be talking about that noun without saying that word. It's a little tricky, but remember, when we're answering questions about our five senses and our heart, those are when we can talk about adjectives. They're only one word. And then also with descriptive sentences, we can add to our sentences by talking about where, when, or why the action is taking place. Adding these to the end of a sentence always make it more descriptive and expand that image. For example, so within this sentence, there are two options. I'm going to read to you the complete sentence that has a naming and telling part, but just that. A bear ate my food. Okay, a bear ate my food. We have our naming part and our telling part. But we can describe more. A gigantic bear ate my food. I added an adjective that was describing the noun of the bear. There's even more. A gigantic bear ate my food when I was camping. I included when this action was taking place. So you can picture way more when I read this whole sentence versus a bear ate my food. A gigantic bear ate my food when I was camping is more exciting. And that's what we always want to strive for when we're doing our writing. So, what are we going to use our awesome skills to write about today? The question is, what did you do this weekend? It's Monday. You had most of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. So we're going to talk about what did you do this weekend? We are going to tell the story of our weekend. So to help us answer this, there's some little friend words that we can use to move us along. These are called transition words. When we are telling a story, we want to tell it in order, from the first thing that happened to the last thing that happened, so our reader can follow along clearly. These little words help us. They always come at the beginning of our sentence. First, next, then, after, finally. It starts with the first thing we did over the weekend to the last thing, finally. We can use these words to help us tell our weekend in order. That is our goal today, to talk about our weekend, but make sure we're telling it from start to finish. Don't jump around or it's going to get real confusing. So, before you have the turn to practice this on your own, I'm going to give an example of me answering the prompt, what did I do this weekend? And I'm going to use these little fun transition words to help me. But before we do that, I need you to stand up because we have another this or that. So everybody stand up. Okay, so for writing, if you prefer the beach, you are going to do 5 jumping jacks. If you prefer the pool, you are going to do 5 hop jumps. So quickly, beach or pool? And then pick what you're going to do. I love the beach, so I'm going to do 5 jumping jacks. That's up to you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the end. That was our break. I need you to sit nicely back down in your seats, and we are going to be ready to learn from my example of writing. So I'm going to pull up my loose leaf piece of paper. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to answer the question, what did you do this weekend? What did I do on Friday? Okay, I know. And I'm going to start my paragraph by saying this weekend, we have to give some context what I'm talking about. This weekend, I first Zoomed with my family. I'm sorry, my handwriting got a little wonky right there. So this weekend, I first Zoomed with my family. I'm going to give a little more information about that. We talked about school, both as a teacher and a student. So I was saying I Zoomed with my family, and then I'm giving more detail about what we talked about. Okay, so this was Friday. This weekend, I first Zoomed with my family. We talked about school, both as a teacher and a student. And did you know that I am actually a student as well? I go to school on the weekends, so then on Saturday, that is what I did. I'm going to say next, I went to class on Saturday over Zoom. So I had my own class on Saturday, and then I'm thinking, what did I do after that? Oh, after naming and my telling part cleaned, and then I gave a reason why I did it, because it was very dusty. Okay, I think I'm going to say one more thing. What about Sunday? Oh, of course, finally, on Sunday, I planned for my week and prepared lunch. Period. Okay, so in my writing, I made sure to start from Friday and talk all the way through what I did on Sunday. And I used our little transition words. I have first, next, after, and finally. This tells my reader that I'm telling a story and moving in order. But I'm not done yet. I need to read it over real quick to make sure I included everything I wanted to. Okay, let's see. This weekend, I first Zoomed with my family. We talked about school, both as a teacher and a student. Next, I went to class on Saturday over Zoom. After, I cleaned my room because it was very dusty. Finally, on Sunday, I planned for my week and prepared lunch. So I have sentences of all different lengths, including all different details of what I did throughout my weekend. Now it's going to be your turn to write about what you did over the weekend, using your knowledge of complete sentences and descriptive writing. We've talked about it a lot, so you need to apply it, just like we apply our decoding skills to reading. So I'm quickly going to erase my example and pull back up the question so you can get started. Okay, reset. Here we are. I'm putting this up to remind you of what is our prompt. What did you do this weekend? And to help you, these are our transition words. First, next, then, after, finally. You do not need to use all of these words. These are just to help you tell your story and move it along. So, Super Scholars, today, this assignment is one that you need to do 100% on your own. The only person that can help you is yourself and your spelling dictionary. You are going to write on your own using all the skills you have learned. I know someone might want to help you, and that's awesome, but you need to let them know that this task today, that I need to do it totally on my own. I am looking forward to seeing your writing skills, and I need it to just be your knowledge. So it's just going to be you. You and your big brain are going to answer this question the very best you can. Take your time, use your spelling dictionary, tell me all about your weekend, give me all those details, and I can't wait to read them. Okay, let's go.